Hello, my loves, and welcome to another creative storytelling. With that said, let's get on with it. All right, what do we got going on for today's story? Sometimes the toughest moments carry the most potent seeds of transformation into a whole new era. So, it may not have been easy, but it was definitely well worth it, is what that feels like. Someone's coming out of a difficult time. Someone could have been going through a form of difficulty for a while as well, but not realizing that it was all just a part of the process. So this way they can step into a better timeline. So let's see. So things are about to get better for someone. All right, let's see. What do we have going on? What happened in the past? I feel drawn to do past, present, future. Justice, King of Cups. Present. Hold on. Future. Mm. Ace of Pentacles under the deck, Ten of Cups under the deck, Emperor under the deck. Excuse me. All right, so in the past, the Justice to the King of Cups to the Four of Pentacles, you could have felt like you were on the edge of of your seat. You could have felt like, maybe things weren't fair in a situation, but at the same token, feeling the need to stay composed and hold yourself together. Maybe you felt like, things weren't fair, things were a bit unjust, but at the same token, there's a sense of still trying to hold it all together. Maybe trying to hold it all together, hold the fort down together. But that Four of Pentacles, it's hold it all together, especially with the King of Cups dead in the center. King of Cups is very emotionally mature. So this is like, regardless of whatever circumstances, whether, good or unfair, good, fair, or indifferent, their other, they still hold it together, right? So even if, you know, things weren't going great, or things weren't fair, or someone did you wrong in a sense, or things just weren't in a good place, this just feels like ultimately still trying to just hold it all together, compose yourself, and, just ride it out, so to speak, right? In the present moment, well, I feel like you're moving on from that. I feel like you're choosing to proceed forward and focus on continuing watering seeds, not weeds, in your life, right? The King of Pentacles, that's someone who's very mindful with where they invest their time and energy and attention. With that Eight of Cups, this is you literally moving on. With that Lover's card, this is you choosing to literally move on from an unsatisfactory time. You could be in the process of moving on from, a less than savory, a less than satisfactory time in your life, right? All because you chose to basically keep proceeding forward and doing what you got to do, right? It's like you have some people, they'll sit and wallow and use circumstances as an excuse as to why they can't go any further. And that's their limitation that they set for themselves, right? Whereas others are like, all right, well, this sucks, but all right, so now we'll figure a new way to get around this thing. That's what that feels like, right? So in the future, well, things are switching up, but for the better. Four of Swords to the Two of Pentacles to the Judgment. There's going to be some form of change in a sense where there's a sense of recovery. Four of Swords is a sense of recovery. With that Two of Pentacles, it's the dance of change. So it's positive change. Some of you could be switching something up, but it feels like ultimately with that Judgment, you are choosing to close the door on a chapter in your life once and for all. You're choosing to, move forward in a way that, is good for you. All right, so let's see. What happened in the past with this? What was this situation? Ace of Cups sideways. Excuse me. Okay, so for some of you, this could be something where something with that Ace of Swords sideways, perhaps there was something in regards to a connection. It just did not pan out. It did not turn out to be what you thought it to be or wanted it to be. With that King of Pentacles, maybe you thought that this was it, this was the one, right? Now also with the King of Pentacles to the Justice there and the Two of Cups, you know, Four of Pentacles, maybe some of you were literally married, but there was actually no feeling, no love there with the Ace of Cups sideways, or, you know, there was just a sense of we can't do this anymore, we can't do this again. There was no, yeah, this is just being completely unhappy with a situation. So whether this is in regards to a situation that never came to pass, never came to be, or this is a situation that once was, but the love ran out. There was no giving it another go, right? Too much had happened, too much disappointment with that Five of Cups under the deck, right? This is like, you know, I'm breaking out of this joint. All right. Now tell me about now in the present moment. Some of you, now, if this is in regards to some form of connection, right? You could be choosing to move on from this ultimately. Oh, wait, shit. You could be choosing to move on from this. I was supposed to be. This is the storytelling. Um, our character, our main character, could be choosing to. Our main character could be choosing to move on from this once and for all by literally, they're finally at a place where they're completely moved on and could be literally moving on to a new connection, choosing to, you know, move on into a new connection now, right? That's what that feels like too. It's late. And I just did another read for the members section on my other channel. Six of Cups, Nine of Cups. The World card. Yeah, you're ready. Oh, someone's ready. Our main character is ready for something new. They're choosing love. They're choosing to get back on the horse. 6-6, by the way. Lovers is a card of 6, and then we have the Six of Cups. Someone is choosing to give love another go. 9 of Cups. Someone could be meeting someone, getting to know someone. Someone who's a bit of a breath of fresh air. All right, tell me more about the future. Six of Swords. Two of Swords. Seven of Swords. High Priestess. I'm hearing that song. I'm not in love, so don't forget it. It's just a silly phase I'm going through. So much as someone's trying to tell themselves, oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's not a big deal, you know, or this would, no, this isn't it. I hear that song. This will be an everlasting love. So this is like feeling something instinctually. Um, this is like, you know, this could even be something that kind of catches our character off guard when they're not even looking for it. You see that Two of Swords? They're not even looking for it. At the same token, you know, you got the two lovebirds there. So this is like, you know, it could be two people who meet, and unbeknownst to both of them, these two have a story that's going to take them forward, in a sense. These two are a bit of a shake-up to each other. 2-2, by the way. 2-2-2. Two of Cups over here. We got the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords over the Two of Pentacles. So this is like two people who enter each other's lives to kind of stir things up. Also, there's something about the connection that brings it denotes a form of change within each other, because there's also something healing about healing in nature. These two could feel a bit curious about each other, a bit instinctually pulled, but at the same token, still not quite sure what to make of it. You know, especially if, you know, these tend to be a bit closed off. These could be people who, you know, Maybe they work at the same place with that Hierophant card, or there's an establishment that they frequent at where they know each other from. Feels like someone who they'd meet like in the 3D physical world, especially with the all the Pentacle energy. But things are changing for our main character. They are finally moving on from, not so great whatever that happened before, regardless of whatever the circumstance pertained to. But the thing is, too, because I'm drawn back to the original oracle that I pulled out, had whatever this that happened here, whatever wrongdoing, whatever injustice, whatever seemed unfair, right? Had that not worked out, had that worked out instead of playing out the way it did where it didn't work out, they wouldn't be aligning with this other person, this one who, matches them in a sense, right? So sometimes, even if you don't see the silver lining in a situation when you're first dealing with it or going through it, you'll see it down the line, you know? Maybe someone was looking for love in all the wrong places, right? Because now I'm hearing that song, Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places, And unbeknownst to them, it's when they're not looking for it at all that, boom, that shit kind of creeps up on you. That's what that's given. It feels like this one will be long term, and it will be, I'm hearing this will be an everlasting love, that sense of ultimate fulfillment. Because this is someone who, they got their shit together. Very quite passionate between the two of them as well. Very abundance. Three of Wands. So I don't know, but I like it. I'm gonna leave that there. With us, my loves, that's your story.